Hello again, everyone, and welcome to Phrasal Verb Quiz Part 34. In this video, you must choose the correct word to complete the phrasal verb in each question. You may need to pause the video at each question to think of your answers. Are you ready? Okay, here we go. Number 1. And the answer is, we bared with no heat for 6 hours during the blackout last week. To bear with something, like in this context, means to tolerate it or to endure something. And that's what they did. They didn't have heat because of the blackout in our example here, and they had to tolerate it. They bared with it. All right, number 2. And the answer is, very little came out of the research done by the government on the homeless situation in our city. To come out of something, this means to be a result of something or the result of some kind of action, or to come out of something, and that's what we're talking about in this example here. They did research, and the result of the research was that there was very little knowledge that came out of it, that resulted from it. Got it? All right. Number 3. And the answer is, I finally rounded up all of the food that my wife is allergic to in our home. To round something up just means to gather something or collect something. And that's what the person did in our example. His wife was allergic to certain foods in their home, so he rounded them up. He gathered them. All right, that's what round up means in this example. Okay, number 4. And the answer is, the governor gave out the news that the new highway project will move ahead as planned. To give out in this particular context means to disclose something or to make something known. And that's what the governor did here. He disclosed this information about the new highway project, or he gave out the information, the news about it. And that's what it means in this context. Number 5. And the answer is, my new electric bike goes for about $1,000 in the US. In this particular case, to go for means that this is actually the price of the bike. It goes for a certain amount. And it also means to something that brings in a certain amount of money, or let's say the value of it that you can get for it. All right, so in this particular example, the bike goes for, well, the bike costs $1,000. All right, number 6. And the answer is, they made over their basement into a gym. In this case, make over means that it's redone or to redo something or even to renovate something. And that's what happened in our example here. They made over, they, let's say, redid or renovated their basement, and they made it into a gym. All right, number 7. And the answer is, it was uncomfortable, but we did without a bathroom when we went camping last month. Now, to do without something means that you manage despite not having something. And that's what they did here in our example, that they didn't have a bathroom and it was very uncomfortable. They did without the bathroom. And that's what to do without something means. Okay, number 8. And the answer is, I always come across new words when I read literature. To come across something, like in our example here, it just means to find something incidentally. Like in our example here, the person was reading and they just happened to come across or to find new words when they read it. Okay, number 9. And the answer is, my wife always fixes herself up beautifully before we go out to eat. In this case, to fix up means to clean or to groom yourself. And that's what, in our example, happened. The person's wife fixed herself up, maybe groomed herself, cleaned herself, or we even say made herself up. All right, and that's what to fix up in this particular context means. Okay, the final question, number 10. And the answer is, we finally got back to work after a long vacation. Now, in this case, to get back to something, it just means to start doing something again. And that's what happened in our example here. The person had been on a long vacation, or the people had been on a long vacation, and they got back to work. They started again to work after their vacation. That's all for this video. Please let me know how you did on the quiz in the comment section below. Thanks again for subscribing, everyone. And remember what I always say, keep practicing! See you next time.